Do you struggle with feeling stylish as an apple shape? Well, I did for a very long time. So for today's video, I have curated a little list of 9 things for you to stop wearing as an apple shape, and I'm going to tell you what to wear instead. First on my list is anything with drop shoulders. As an apple shape, we are top heavy. Many of us may have narrow shoulders, but then we have the larger chest and the larger tummy. If you pop on a drop shoulders, meaning the seam goes down halfway on your arm, it will simply just emphasize our roundness and the fact that we are top heavy. A piece with drop shoulders would most likely not have the structure that our body shape requires. So anything that doesn't have a proper shoulder seam on it is a no-go, especially for me. Instead of a drop shoulders, I do suggest that you find pieces that has a proper shoulder seam, meaning the shoulder seam sits up by the shoulder. For those of us who have narrow shoulders, a little shoulder pad added into our pieces can absolutely do the trick and give us a little bit more structure. It will simply just help balance out our shoulders. It would help balance out our roundness. You can get a multi-pack of shoulder pads on Amazon. I picked up a pack and I think there's about 10 or 20 pairs in it in 2 different colors, and you can literally just set them in on your shoulders. I've stuck a little bit of Velcro in some of my pieces, stick on Velcro, or you could simply just stick them on with a little safety pin as well. But you can add these to the pieces just to give you a little bit more definition, a little bit more proportion in the shoulder part. Most of us apple shapes are really worried that anyone is going to see that we have a protruding tummy. Am I correct? That used to be me. So what do? We pop on something that's really baggy, really oversized, that will obviate the fact that we have a tummy. No one is ever going to know what we're hiding under our baggy tops. Am I correct? Yes. The issue here is because we are top heavy, most of us have a large chest, but we have the bigger tummy. Wearing something big and baggy will simply just make us look bigger. You could add something big and baggy at the bottom and then add something big and baggy at the top and thinking that'll even it out. Only you're adding tons of size to your actual body frame. Instead of wearing anything that's big, baggy and oversized, wear fitted clothes. It is so much more flattering even if we have a tummy, and if you follow me here on YouTube, you will learn how to disguise that tummy and no one's ever going to know it, and yet you will look so stylish, so class, and I promise you, your confidence will soar. So no more big and baggy oversized, wear fitted clothes that works for your body instead. Problem solved. This next one may be a bit controversial, and if you don't agree with me, that's absolutely okay, but skinny jeans. Skinny jeans on an apple shape. No. Us apples are top heavy. We have amazing legs, I fully get it, and the legs themselves look amazing in the skinny jeans. However, even if we wear something equally as tight at the top half, we are going to look bigger at the top because we have the slimmer legs. So when you stick them into a pair of skinny jeans, it will emphasize the difference between our top heaviness and our skinny bottom half. Also, skinny jeans sit tight to the body. Us apple shapes have the tummy. They're going to sit tight and snug at the tummy. So what are we going to do? We will add something loose, flowy, big, baggy that's going to cover the tummy, which in turn will make us look even more top heavy with the skinny jeans. Skinny jeans for me on an apple shape is a no-go. I'm sorry. But instead of skinny jeans, wear something that's a little bit looser, something that skims over the tummy. You know me, I'm an absolute huge and massive lover and advocate of a wide leg trousers. But if wide leg trousers are not for you, you can absolutely go for something a little bit more straight fitting. You can get some absolutely beautiful tapered trousers that will sit fantastic on your apple shape. The most important thing on an apple shape is to pick something that skims over the tummy. Many of us, myself included, are going to say, but hold on a minute, if I get something that skims over my tummy, it's going to be too baggy in my bottom. Yep, that's the problem. I too don't have a bottom at all. I'm flat as anything can be. I fully get that. I will, however, say trial and error. Bottom halves for us apple shapes are always going to be the biggest heartache to get right. trial and error. Just keep watching my videos so you can see which trousers that I try as we go along, and maybe some of them are for you, all right? But as you know, I'm a huge advocate of the wide leg trousers. I will keep suggesting them to all apple shapes because they are so flattering. But it is absolutely possible. Just promise me you don't give up, keep persevering, and let's get rid of the skinny jeans. Next on the list is one that was always recommended to us apple shape. It is the peplum and the empire waist. The idea of the peplum and the empire waist is basically that the waistband of the item sits a little bit higher up. It would sit under our bust, and it would then, the idea is it'll flow nicely over our tummy. It is possible to get both empire and peplum that has a proper fit. But I will be honest with you, if like me, you have a protruding tummy, it's not just a little round one that is more flat than your chest. No, my belly sticks out further than my chest. And because of this, if I put on a peplum or an empire waist, it'll simply just slide right up under my boobs and it'll make me look pregnant. It's very, very difficult to get correct, and often it needs to be a looser item that is still fitted. It's not impossible, but just like with the trousers, it is absolutely trial and error. It does take a lot of trying to find the right piece that is not too tight or doesn't just slip up under the boobs and gives us that pregnancy look. Instead of wearing either an empire or a peplum, I would suggest instead to find something that's a little bit more fitted. You can get tops, even basic t-shirts. It is possible to get them where they are cut in at the waist, meaning they will still flow down over our body, but they will give it the illusion of a little bit of a waist. It's most often seen in blazers, that you have like the blazer kind of kicking out at the bottom a little bit, and it's extremely flattering for us apple shapes. Layers are our best friend on an apple shape. So me personally, I would put on a fitted t-shirt, and then I'll put on my trousers. I'll tuck the t-shirt into the trousers, and then I'll have an upper layer, like normally often a blazer or a jacket or something like that, that has that cut that is fitted to the waist. It is very, very flattering. And even though you're screaming like, I don't tuck my tops, I promise you, tucking your tops, adding a third layer, there is still no tummy in sight. You will look in proportion. You will look absolutely amazing. And I promise you, once you try it, you will never go back. I promise. Tunic tops are another no-go for me as an apple shape. Why? It may give us the rule of third, meaning it cuts our body with the 2/3 at the top and the 1/3 at the bottom, which is great. However, with a tunic top, we most often will wear leggings with it. And then we're back to just like we have with the skinny jeans, we're simply just going to look top heavy. Tunic top, in my personal opinion, also very often can make us look quite mumsy. And that is something, now that I'm getting a little bit older, my children are growing up, I really don't want to look mumsy. I no longer have to go around and be practical in the sense of looking after small children. I fully get it. When you have small children, you just do you, okay? If leggings and a baggy sweatshirt is for you while you're taking care of your kids, you go for it, mama, okay? All the respect here. But I'm getting a little bit older and I don't have to worry about running around after toddlers anymore. So I don't need to dress for that part. Does that make sense? So instead of wearing a tunic top, I would once again suggest to go back to your wide leg trousers and a more fitted top. Add a layer if you're worried about the tummy. But there are so many other options instead of wearing the leggings and the tunic tops, which again, simply just make us top heavy. Low-rise jeans was never my thing, I'm not gonna lie to you, even when I was young and they were actually fashionable, but there are still some people that like wearing them. Thankfully, it's getting less and less seen, but it still happens that we see people with low-rise jeans on and it still gives that dreaded muffin top. Unless you are literally very, very slim and don't have any fat deposits on you at all, which in fairness, most of us women do, no matter our shape and size, we're supposed to have them. When you put on a pair of skinny jeans, because they sit down so low, the little bit of extra skin or extra sexiness that we have is still going to spill out over those low-rise jeans. So instead, as an apple shape, I would suggest that you wear something that's mid-rise or even high-rise. High-rise can be a little bit difficult on an apple shape as well, because sometimes it can go up too high and it actually creates a roundness around our tummy. Me personally, I prefer mid-rise, so it kind of stops around my belly button because it sits straight on my body. It doesn't create any creases and it doesn't kind of go into my waist and then create the round effect around my tummy that I don't want to have. But obviously wear what makes you happy. Just please be aware that a low-rise jeans, they will more than likely give you a muffin top. Another controversial one is to wear flowers, especially the bigger and bolder prints. The thing is, when we look at an outfit, when we look at a person from afar, our eye is going to be drawn to where there is light and where there is a pattern. So by adding, especially on your top half, wearing big flowery print, that's where your eye is going to be drawn. And we've already established that us apple shapes are top heavy. So when we have a big bold print that's going all over the place, that's where our eye is drawn to. Instead of wearing big bold flowers, if you really love flowers, then I would suggest to go for something a little bit more of a dainty print, something that's a little bit more harmonious when you look at it. Many apple shapes will also look absolutely fantastic if they have the print on the bottom half. So if you really love your big bold flowers, maybe have them on the bottom half of your outfit. Again, it really is a trial and error, but please just be aware, as I said, your eye is drawn to where it's light and where there's print. So if you have a print, especially flowers, because it's so busy, especially around the top half, that's where the eye is going to be drawn, and it's not a good look for most of us. Fabrics play a huge part in how the outfit sits on our body. There's a lot of fabrics out there that won't be the best for us apple shapes, and one of them, the biggest culprit, can be satin. Satin can be really, really difficult for us apple shapes to wear. Anyone who really have lumps and bumps, just please be aware that satin especially will kind of conform to the body and it will show off your lumps and bumps. But what I'm simply saying is pay attention to the fabric. Make sure that it's a loose and flowy, breezy, airy fabric. Natural fabrics, it works fantastic on us apple shapes because they have that natural flow to the body, and they'll keep you cool as well in the summertime should it be needed. So instead of clingy fabrics that might show off the lumps and bumps no matter where you have them, wear fabrics that will skim and flow beautifully over your body. Last on my list is actually not one that I had paid much attention to myself. I was watching another YouTuber who done a video similar to this here. It just wasn't about apple shapes, but she said skinny high heels. And I thought, skinny high heels? Then I realized that I personally prefer to wear a chunky high heel simply just because I feel more sturdy on it. But I'm also plus size, and this lady who did the other video was not plus size. But then I started diving into this skinny high heel, and it's true. For us who are top heavy, if you put on a very slim, narrow, skinny heel, it looks out of proportion on us because we have slim legs, meaning we will go from the top heaviness, we'll go down to our legs and then into a skinny little heel, and it looks out of proportion. Instead, wear a heel. You can absolutely still wear heels if you prefer, no matter the height that you like. Just wear one that's a little bit more chunky that'll put us into proportion. So that was just a little bonus one that somebody else taught me, so thank you very much. I don't even remember her name of her YouTube channel. It was just a video I stumbled across, but nevertheless, credit where credit is due for sure. So just be aware of how skinny are your heels and just do they make you look in proportion. Sometimes it's nice to hear what not to wear so we can make better informed choices. I hope this video hasn't ruffled too many feathers. Please remember, wear what makes you happy. This is my personal opinion. I am a personal stylist, but that does not mean I'm an expert. It does not mean to say that I know what is best for you. Wear what makes you happy. If you love your skinny jeans and big bold flowers, by all means, go ahead, all right? But that was 9 little tips and tricks on how I personally feel that we can dress a little bit better, in better proportion, and that works better with our body shape. All right, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.